There's something magnetic about unstoppable people. They move differently, speak differently, and live with a fire that never burns out. You can feel it when they walk into a room. That quiet confidence, that inner stillness, mixed with unshakable drive. You wonder how they do it. You wonder what they know that others don't. The truth is, they've built themselves through rituals, small, invisible disciplines performed when no one is watching. These rituals are not glamorous, not easy, and not designed for instant results. But over time, they harden the mind, sharpen the focus, and awaken the kind of strength that cannot be faked. Most people think being unstoppable is about talent, luck, or motivation. But it isn't. Motivation fades. Luck runs out. Talent can go unnoticed without consistency. What makes someone unstoppable is their relationship with discipline, the sacred agreement they have with themselves to keep showing up, no matter how they feel. They have trained their minds to obey, not negotiate, to act, not hesitate. Every morning, they recommit to becoming a little stronger, a little clearer, a little more aligned with their purpose. And that daily commitment is what separates the unstoppable from the ordinary. The problem is, most people never get this far because they confuse discipline with punishment. They see it as a loss of freedom, when in truth, discipline is freedom. Freedom from laziness, from doubt, from fear, from wasted potential. Think about it. The undisciplined person is a slave to moods, impulses, and distractions. They wake up hoping for a good day instead of creating one. Their emotions run their schedule. Their desires pull them in 100 directions. But the disciplined person, they live by design. Their choices are intentional, their actions deliberate, their habits sacred. They are not controlled by circumstances. They control themselves. And yet this level of mastery doesn't happen overnight. It's built slowly through rituals, small, powerful, and often invisible habits that forge the mind into steel. These rituals may look simple on the outside, but their purpose runs deep. They rewire the brain to prioritize what matters, to reject weakness, to face discomfort head-on. They turn chaos into clarity. And once these rituals are in place, life stops feeling like a constant battle. Every day becomes a test, one they're prepared to win. The first ritual of unstoppable people begins before the sun rises. They rise early not because it's trendy, but because that quiet hour before the world wakes up belongs to them. It's sacred time. No noise, no messages, no demands. Just them and their mind. In that silence, they calibrate their focus. They remind themselves who they are, what they're here for, and why they can't quit. That early solitude becomes a meeting with their higher self, a space where clarity is born and direction is sharpened. While others are still half asleep, they're already in motion, setting the tone for the day. Before we continue, if this video is bringing you value, please take a second to like it and subscribe to the channel. It may seem like a small action, but it makes a huge difference. It helps this message reach more people who need it and supports the growth of this community. I'm genuinely grateful for every one of you. Thank you. Now let's keep going. The next ritual is movement, not just for fitness, but for mental sharpening. Unstoppable people understand that the body and mind are one system. You train one, you strengthen the other. They use exercise as a daily battle, not against others, but against weakness. It's where they practice persistence, grit, and pain tolerance. Every rep, every step, every drop of sweat is a conversation between the mind and body. You can go further. You can do more. You're not done. When the body wants to quit, discipline answers back. This builds not just muscle, but mental toughness, the kind that doesn't crumble under pressure. Then comes the ritual of mental clarity, reflection, journaling, or meditation. Unstoppable people know that chaos in the mind creates chaos in life. So they take time each day to empty the noise, to think clearly, to understand their emotions without being controlled by them. They don't run from their thoughts. They face them. They process failures, recognize progress, and set clear intentions. This habit creates inner order, a focused, stable mind that doesn't get shaken by every storm. One of the most invisible but powerful rituals is their relationship with discomfort. Unstoppable people deliberately put themselves in uncomfortable situations, not because they enjoy suffering, but because they understand that growth only lives on the other side of resistance. They embrace the cold shower, the difficult conversation, the long hours of focused work. They understand that every time they choose discomfort over ease, they're teaching their mind to obey them, not the other way around. That's how discipline evolves, not by running from pain, but by transforming it into power. Another defining ritual is the way they guard their attention. In a world built to distract, the ability to focus is a superpower. Unstoppable people know this. They protect their focus like treasure. No mindless scrolling, no endless gossip, no wasted energy on what doesn't serve them. They live with intention. Every hour has purpose. Every action moves them closer to mastery. This kind of discipline doesn't come from control. It comes from deep self-respect. They respect their time because they respect themselves. Their evenings are just as intentional as their mornings. While most people end the day with noise and distractions, the unstoppable close the day with reflection. They review their actions, not to judge themselves, but to improve. What did I do right? Where did I slip? What will I do better tomorrow? They treat every day like a training session, every mistake like feedback, every success like a lesson. They go to bed not drained, but sharpened, knowing that tomorrow they'll rise and do it again, better than before. But the most powerful ritual of all, the one that ties everything together, is consistency. The discipline to repeat these habits every single day, even when they don't feel like it. That's the invisible secret of unstoppable people. They've learned that greatness isn't built in a day, it's built daily, through repetition, through commitment, through doing the right thing long enough until it becomes second nature. They no longer depend on motivation because they've become the kind of person who acts regardless of how they feel. And this is where most people fall short. They chase motivation, expecting a spark to carry them through. But unstoppable people know that motivation is a visitor, not a resident. It's nice when it's there, but discipline is what stays. Discipline is the anchor when the storm hits. It's what keeps you moving when no one's watching, when no one's cheering, when the results haven't shown yet. They understand that the magic doesn't happen in the excitement of beginning. It happens in the boredom of repetition. That's where the true transformation lives. Are you feeling stuck, distracted, or burnt out? It's time to break free. I highly recommend reading The Art of Being Unstoppable, your blueprint to sharpen your mind, master your emotions, and take back control of your life. Inside, you'll discover powerful tools to build focus, flow, resilience, and purpose. Everything you need to rise above the noise and step into your highest potential. Stop just surviving. Start dominating. Become who you were meant to be. The link is in the description below. Check it out. Becoming unstoppable isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters every single day. It's about building systems that remove excuses. It's about creating rituals so strong that even your weakest days are productive. When you wake up early, move your body, train your mind, and control your focus, you stop relying on external energy to keep going. You generate your own. You become your own source of power. The truth is, everyone has the potential to be unstoppable, but few are willing to pay the price. Few are willing to wake up before the world does, to face themselves with honesty, to say no to comfort and yes to growth. It's not because they can't, it's because they don't realize the power of their daily rituals. Every small act of discipline is a brick in the foundation of greatness. Every time you show up, even when you don't want to, you're rewriting who you are. You're proving to yourself that you're in control, and that's what makes people unstoppable. Not a single act of greatness, but the daily decision to live by principle, not impulse. The discipline to rise when tired, to focus when distracted, to persevere when tempted to quit. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about showing up for yourself so consistently that quitting stops being an option. So, if you want to become unstoppable, stop waiting for the right moment. Create it. Build your rituals. Protect them. Honor them. Your future self is being shaped by what you repeatedly do today. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be disciplined enough to begin and relentless enough to keep going. Because the truth is, unstoppable people aren't born that way. They're built. Built through early mornings, uncomfortable choices, disciplined habits, and a mind trained to keep going when others stop. Every day they forge themselves in the fire of routine. And when the world sees their strength, what they're really seeing is years of invisible discipline, small rituals, repeated until mastery becomes their nature. That's the secret most will never understand. Discipline is not just a tool, it's an identity. And once you make it who you are, nothing, no failure, no fear, no setback, can stop you. You don't wait for strength anymore. You become it. And that's when you realize the daily rituals that make you unstoppable aren't about becoming someone else. They're about returning to who you were always meant to be. If you made it this far, leave a mind emoji in the comments. I want to see how many of you reach the end and finish what you start. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and keep improving day by day. Together, we are unstoppable.